We are recording in video form. Look at this artwork. Look at this. Look at this. I gotta show off, everybody. Look. Ready? You ready? You ready? Ready for Keith Pen? Ready? But boom! There's Keith and Keith Pen. Holy fuck! It's fucking great. Oh, it's the other way. It's the other way.
Future self with no hair.
Other way. Point the other way.
This way? Whoa.
Yeah, but now your finger's out of frame, so you're doing this horribly. There it is. There it is. Look at that. Look how natural he looks. Look how natural Keith looks.
Feels good.
Feels great. Fuck. All right, now I have to put it back to the three of us. But yeah. All right, well, we are going to hit record. Keith, drop that magical logo in post, please. Make it look really good right now. Welcome to the ABINGERS podcast, where we assemble weekly to binge the MCU and all things nerd, old and new. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, TikTok at ABINGERS Podcast, ABINGERS Podcast. Give us a like, a comment, and let us know what you think of the show. You want to support the show? Want to keep the show alive and thriving? Patreon.com/ABINGERS Podcast. We greatly appreciate you joining. $1 today gets you access to our Discord, exclusive pre-show banter, and episodes not found anywhere else. Patreon.com/ABINGERS Podcast. But I'm just one of your hosts. I can't do it alone. My name is Brandon. Emmy, how you doing?
I think I got a leg up on y'all. No pun intended, because I got a little vacation.
A little vacation?
Yeah, I got a very long vacation. I got a second Christmas break.
No one's happy for you. Keith, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I found out this week that I've been playing skee ball wrong the whole time. You're supposed to kill people with them.
It's not called skeet ball. It's skee ball.
What did I say?
Oh, I thought that's why you were playing it wrong.
Oh,
It's skeet balls.
gross.
All right. Guys, we're here reviewing Echo Episode 3. Echo Episode 3 is titled, let me get to my notes. It is titled Tuklo? Sure. If you have not watched Echo Episode 3, do not listen any further. We're going to spoil it. So, hey, go out, have a good time, go party with your friends. Afterward, come home, nestle in, watch Echo Episode 3, and come back to us. We'll be here just waiting, either on the YouTubes at youtube.com/theABINGERS, where you can watch the video version of the show, or on your audio podcast platform. So go away. We'll see you in a minute. Okay. All right. Good. They're
Bye.
gone. All right. So I think we're safe. We gave the spoiler warning. Echo Episode 3. Guys, I'm going to give some thoughts here. One, I like how tense this series feels. It's a very slow burn, but I kind of dig it. Two, I have some nitpicks, because Echo in episode 1 and 2 sometimes was not the same Echo I saw in this episode. She felt very flipped at one point. And 3, who the fuck ties someone upside down in a roller rink? How the fuck did you manage that? And then how did you not realize one of her legs are crossed, so she may be able to get... I got questions on how smart these people were, and maybe that's the point, but still, I find even the dumbest person would still go, we might have a problem with that. Didn't really... Anyway, so some of the characters felt dumb. Echo felt very changed, like where I don't give a fuck who or what's impacted. And then it was like, hey, I won't let anything happen to you. Wait, what? You were this like ruthless motherfucker in episode 1 and 2, which kind of a jerk, but I liked it. I liked how, and now it's like, no, now I suddenly care about you because I saw you. What? I don't know. It's just don't make me confused about who this character is. Don't make her wishy-washy. Make her convicted. Make her who she is. Anyway, so those things bothered me. But overall, the tense nature of this episode, the fucking great acting by everyone involved, and also fucking scenes upon scenes at a roller rink laser tag. Fucking Keith had a heyday with our artwork because of this. And I fucking loved all of it. I mean, Make America Skate Again, someone getting thrown in it, pinball machine suplex. What the fuck? That was fucking rad. Loved it. So I'm very indifferent on this episode. Very indifferent because I really liked a whole lot of elements, but I was also like character-wise a little let down. So that's my thoughts on Echo episode 3, and I'm sticking to it. Emmy has a poker face for days, so I'm going to leave her. I want to save her for last because I still don't know what she thinks. Keith was giving me mixed signals, but I can see where you're coming from. Keith has vowed to argue with me more often. That was on our Discord earlier today.
Yep.
So I'm ready to fight you. Keith, first off, fuck off. And second, what were your thoughts on Echo episode 3? I'm trying to start the fight early. I'm trying to get it going.
I don't even, what's funny is I don't even have to put on a fake, devil's advocate kind of argument here because I feel very much opposite about this episode. You felt it was slow? Did you say one of the things was it started to slow down?
I felt like
it's a slow burn.
Slow burn. You called the series a slow burn. Okay, that's my bad.
Yeah, the series is a slow burn. Like days, literally, like it's not like you're seeing a whole week worth of activity. You're seeing literally an entire kind of roller rink moment, almost the entire episode.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So yeah.
I did feel like one of the drawbacks of this episode is maybe what hit the cutting room floor, and you put 5 episodes of a series out. It makes me wonder what 6 episodes would have been like had we, since this is our first time getting Maya and Bonnie reunited. And don't get me wrong, it's fun to get them reunited in a hellish situation like this, but it might have needed to breathe a little bit more, or at least have some kind of after moment. Maybe that's coming. I don't know, but as far as this episode, I am kind of lukewarm on it compared to the other 2. I think it's not, I wouldn't say it's my least favorite, but my second watch, I enjoyed it more. I do think that much of this episode is just a giant fight scene and building up to a giant action scene and build, and not a whole lot of emotional progress for characters and for who Maya is and who we're supposed to know, what we're supposed to know about her. But there was also a shit ton of stuff that I really enjoyed about this episode, so I'm excited to get into it.
Good deal. Good deal. Great assessment there, Keith. Emmy, my poker face friend, I'm actually going to go out on a limb because he said it was lukewarm. I said I went kind of back and forth on it. You're smirking like you like this episode and you're ready to burn the patriarchy down. Am I wrong? Do I not know your facial expressions after knowing you for 20 years? Let me know.
You do know my facial expressions?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, this whole episode was, and you guys know I don't like fight scenes. That fight scene was so well choreographed. It was like a dance. It was so cool to watch. Both times that I watched this episode, the brutality of killing Vicky was so, I had to look away because of the spurting.
TVMA for sure there. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 100%. It was really hard for me to stop after this one. It was really hard for me not to be like, fuck it, I'm watching all of it. I have to see what happens.
Especially the ending there. Yeah.
Yes. Because oh my gosh, holy fuck, that ending. Oh, I got chills. And then when he saw him, and then just no words are spoken. He doesn't say Maya or anything. He just is a menacing presence there. And just like a serial killer in the shadows almost. Just like,
sure,
he's like far enough away that like it's like I didn't see you there at first, but he's close enough that it's like he could get to me very quickly, and that terrifies me.
It's confusing. And what a way to end it, because I don't think there's any one thing he could have said that would have been better than that, because he called off the dogs. He didn't have them killed. He knows he could get her at any moment he needs.
And she knows
that might
now
not
too.
be his idea. Yeah.
Which is also scary. But yeah, it was, I really liked this episode, man. And I Brandon, I know you had points. I get where you're coming from, but you're wrong.
I'm gonna beat him up. I'm gonna take his points. I'm gonna shove him down his throat in just a minute. I'm gonna be a little more Clinton. That's what I know the fans want. I'm coming at you.
I'm
coming for you.
They want that brutal asshole who disagrees with me all the time. That's what they want.
Okay.
Doing it.
So Emmy's actually going to play that role. It sounds like.
Yeah, I'm just like Maya. I'm kicking both y'all's asses this episode.
Hey, just because
With
we're
my knife shoe.
no, and I hope it doesn't come across that still a good episode. I really do. I thought it was a good episode. I just thought some things were a little nonsensical as far as storytelling wise is concerned. Fight scene wise, action wise, Kingpin, especially at the very end there. Great point there, Emmy. I completely agree. What a fantastic way to end the episode as well. So I liked and even loved a lot of elements on this episode. I really did. I just did not like certain elements. I did not like some of the character development they chose to go with. Once again, but that's me. I even said it. I think I want Echo to just be this brooding asshole. I said that last week. I hope they keep going with it. And then the first thing when she sees Bonnie, she's like, "I won't let anyone hurt you." I'm like, she then punches her right in the fucking face. But at the same time, like, hey, but no, I'm gonna protect you. It's like, what? No, don't be just. I wanted her to be all in. I'm going to take the whole thing down with me. I don't care who I have to hurt. Because what a story and what an anti-hero that would be. Oh my gosh, and she used people to get at the top, similar to Kingpin. How cool would it be to have that reflection in Maya as well? Like, you did the same thing. You're not wanting to become what you just become through the actions. That would have been a more interesting story to me instead of just the hero's journey that we see over and over and over in the MCU. And we're going to see it again with this. And I'm just like, God, I just would like not to see I care about you, I won't let anyone hurt you. I just would like not to. I would like to just have someone who's just a fucking badass who doesn't give a shit about anybody. It's really what I want from the MCU. From an anti-hero spot. And it feels like we're for Maya, it feels like we're starting to get into that MCU track. Like, here's the hero right here, now go down this path. And that's where I'm like, I'm a little frustrated by it.
You want her to pull a bing bong fuck your life.
Yes. And we had that last week. We said that 5,000 times and it was wonderful. Like, I don't like I'm not a fan of I disagree with the character's fundamentals, but I'm intrigued and enjoy the character, if that makes sense. I like that. It's like
you
Thanos.
Want an anti-hero.
Yeah, it's like Thanos. Yeah. Don't agree with him, but I fucking love watching him. Same thing with Echo. I wanted that. So, anyway.
But I think even in the last 2 episodes, she was staying away from Bonnie. Because I don't think she wanted Bonnie to get hurt. And I think she was distancing herself from Bonnie to make sure that didn't happen. This was a circumstance that put them together. I don't think that Maya would have done it any other way. Which is kind of anti-hero. Like, I know we were friends forever, but like...
Keith has a counterpoint, and I want to hear it.
Fuck off. Okay.
What about the
idea
idea
that you, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was talking Maya to Bonnie.
Hey, tell me to fuck off.
It's all good.
I wasn't talking to you either. I'm sorry.
Oh God! So you weren't telling me to fuck off.
No, it's crazy. She's just, she's telling the listener to fuck off. That's what she's doing.
Oh no!
Just joking.
Okay. So
just joking.
What if she's been trying to avoid Bonnie because Bonnie and maybe even Chola are the two that she is going to be most vulnerable around? So she has to put up this hard exterior.
Oh yeah.
And that's why she doesn't want to talk to them, why she doesn't want to delve into the past with them, because that's the only thing keeping her hard as a rock. That's the wrong choice. Walls up. Walls
too.
up.
I don't want to talk to my grandmother because I'm hard right now. That's a weird thing. Yeah, that's a weird thought. It's just, hey, you want to talk to your grandmother? No, I'm hard. I don't need to talk to her.
But she has such like a hard exterior, and it's like things where the closer people are to her in relation, like Bonnie, like her father, like her grandmother, those are the people that could melt it away. She's just talking to the tertiary. She's talking to cousin Biscuits. She's talking to step grandpa Scully, and that's it.
That's a fair point. I guess I just wish she didn't have that soft side of her because I love the brutal menacing. Yeah, I like the take down the world and I don't care who comes with me kind of attitude. I was more intrigued by who that character was. I know I'm not saying it's not adding depth to her character and not even saying it's realistic to have that thought that I want her to be that way. I think your point is very valid there, Keith. It's like, okay, well then she has the people she cares about. It's the very MCU formula. Like, we're not going to sacrifice Vision's life, Cap. We're going to save the whole world for Vision in this little crystal in his head, and, we're not going to sacrifice this and that. It's like, okay, God, I love the MCU, but I just sometimes want just like, oh, this is my anchor. This is what keeps me going. I feel like we've been told that story several times in the MCU.
You ever think about the fact that the ship of Theseus debate that he has with White Vision actually counteracts the entire third act like saving of Vision, and like the reason that they're all
100%.
trying to save it? It's
100%.
like, oh, he's just the ship of Theseus. He's fine if you just take a nugget of Vision and put him somewhere else.
Yeah,
and that's what they were trying to do. But still, it's like, oh yeah, Vision's Vision. Just put Jarvis in some other body, he'd be fine.
Yeah, they were just like, oh, you can't do that. You gotta.
I just destroyed my favorite Avengers movie.
Thanks.
And I think one of my favorite scenes.
Oh,
Theseus. I absolutely loved that, man.
It was, man.
Well, that part holds up. That was a great point, and it actually made Infinity War a lesser movie.
It makes Infinity War. Well, but you don't. That's always hindsight, and that's also Vision speaking to Vision. It is not obviously the Avengers. There's a lot of human element, and they're very much robots, and they're AI, and they're talking with one another and learning that. So I'm going to stick up because Infinity War is my favorite fucking movie. I'm going to say no. I don't think it ruins it at all. I think they both stand on their own merit.
Also, let's be honest. Neither Bruce nor Tony knew what the fuck was happening when Vision was made in the first place. It was just it wasn't a cake recipe. It was an act of God or something.
It was. Thor powered his ass. Yeah. God.
A big old whoopsie doo.
Anyway, so we're gonna jump in. Any other? Oh, but before we do have Rotten Tomatoes. Emmy, just curious, what are Rotten Tomatoes? Once again, guys, and Keith and I talked about this. Emmy as well. I know this all released 5 episodes all at once. We get it. We do weekly content because we all have grown-up jobs that require grown-up time, and unfortunately, we can't just do 5.
I didn't last week and a half.
Fuck you, Emmy. Anyway, sorry. Family-friendly podcast. We're not cussing anymore. So anyway.
Oh, shit.
God, Keith, son of a bitch.
Oh, sorry.
All right, family-friendly, take 3. But
when the fuck did we decide that?
Emmy, if you fucking cuss again while we're trying to be family-friendly, I'm done. All right? You guys are really you're ruining our image. We're trying to get sponsors, okay?
Hell damn fart.
I will tell you, Huggies is the best diaper I could possibly imagine using. This family-friendly man on this family-friendly podcast really appreciates it.
Yeah,
not sponsored at all, but come on in if you'd like to.
Podcast got so much sexier just now because you started talking about diapers.
Okay, all right. Well, we can't. Guys,
that's not the
you're a good dad.
Guys. All right, little quick team huddle. We're gonna edit this out, but team huddle. We can't fucking cuss because we're not going to get any diaper deals. I'm trying to take this whole fatherhood thing to the next level. So if you can fucking
deals.
Okay, now diaper deals are a real thing. So fucking knock off the cussing. Let's keep it family friendly. I'm being serious. No more. All right. Okay.
I love Huggies diapers because you can hug them at
there
any
you go,
stage.
Keith. There you go, Keith. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I like Pampers because they have a guard to protect. Oh no,
Huggies. God
Don't. No, that's the enemy.
it's got to be Huggies.
That's the enemy.
Here, how about this? How about this? I like.
Hold on.
All right, let's try this again. I like insert diaper name here. They're the best. They are wonderful. Like I've always found
Great
the one
value.
that absorbs the most urine in my son's diaper is insert diaper name here. So just think about that. Ad sponsors.
Okay.
Think about it.
It's gotta be insert diaper name here.
Okay.
Because they have the blowout barrier that keeps from those. Ah shit, there's shit. All of his back again.
Emmy.
Yeah.
You said shit. They don't want that in this.
Oh, is that? I'm sorry. You have a baby that has shit all up.
Oh my
all
God.
Up his back.
All right. Well, this is all
Save
edited. No one will ever hear this. Thank God.
I love insert diaper name here because I am wearing a fucking pair right now.
Keith, I fucking love your enthusiasm, and I love just that man's gonna get us sponsor deals.
Sexy.
I'm speaking of hard as a rock in front of your grandmother.
I'm a good dad.
Yeah, he's a good dad. He's a good dad. All right, back to Echo episode 3. Rotten Tomatoes, Emmy. Help us out.
Okay, I'll go ahead and be upfront and tell you guys that IMDb stayed the same at 6.1 and Google users stayed the same at 61%.
I'm starting to think those aren't going to move probably the rest of the time, if not much, probably. So
probably not much.
Yeah.
But critics and audiences did move. So if you like to guess, last week we were at 74% for critics.
We actually went up, didn't we? Like a percent or two for critics.
Critics did go up.
I'm going to go one more percentage up. I want to say 75.
I'm gonna say 76.
Well, we were both wrong.
Oh, it went down. Son of a
down
bitch.
2
And
to
that was my
72.
logic last week. I was like, it always goes down. And Emmy's like, it went up. And then I'm like, well, since it went up, I'm going to keep it going up. And it's like, it went down. Fuck. It went down to what again? Sorry.
So it went down 2 percentage points to 72%.
72.
Audiences went down 2 to 61%.
My God. Okay. And it's so funny because we were concerned about this. We were a little like, oh, because the scores are reflecting. Shout out to Sarah who commented on our YouTube. She's like, hey, I liked Echo the whole way through. You guys got nothing to worry about. Gave me a little hope. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So I'm still.
Thank you, Sprocket.
Sprocket, you're the best. Appreciate you. And also a couple of sweet comments on our Spotify. I thought that was the absolute amazing things. They left us comments on our episode 2 review. Just got to share the love real quick. Chris Lareo said, another amazing episode from the Abingers. You guys make every week special, and I'm very grateful for that. Thanks again, Abingers. You guys rock. Thank you. You just make our week. I hope you know that. And Kathy also said, thank you so much for doing this podcast. I've loved it since 2021 when I discovered the MCU, and you guys always make me smile. Kathy, appreciate you as well. Thanks, guys. Those comments on our Spotify, we read every one of them. The YouTube comments, we read every one of them. Appreciate you guys tuning in, supporting, leaving those reviews and those comments. Just appreciate it. We got those comments right before we went live with this episode. So thank you for making us smile and just making this episode's such a fun thing to record. So
but warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah, exactly. Our listeners are awesome. So we are going to keep on going though. We ready to dive into Echo episode 3?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck yeah. So guys, we started out, and I'm just gonna widely talk about this real quick and then we can take a deeper dive. But it was this old black and white, almost cowboy film, but it was obviously through the Native American. I loved this. I really, really enjoyed this, especially like the bangs and the cracks and all the cool stuff that they did, and the talking about the Indian country infested in the 1800s with dangerous criminals. Okay, you take that for what it is. I will just say that. Loved it. There was the police called the Light Horseman. Her father, Tuklo's father, was a light horseman, and she was ready to join her father, and the time was right. And hey, women are life givers, men are life takers. Emmy, watch our YouTube for facial expressions from Emmy and maybe some sign language of her own. So but either way, we see the braids are for Choctaw warriors, and they will see me as I am, and the light horsemen ride into actions, the criminals that they've been waiting for. There's a trap, bang, boom, Tuklo senses something, and there's a power sphere in this water. More of that power that we're seeing. Also, we've seen it from kind of Echo. Now we're seeing it in this black and white footage as well. And the ancestors, a flashback to them, the shooting, the war cries. What a cool intro. Just that's kind of my summer here. Emmy, I'm going to throw it to you. What did you think of this?
It was so cool. The fact that it's a silent film, and they have the speech cards, silent film, because Maya is hearing impaired. I mean, a nice little touch there. I liked it. I don't think that I could watch an actual silent film because them switching in and out of it was like, it was too much for me. I couldn't. Even the second watch, I was like, oh God, what is happening? But I am who I am.
I get it.
So, I also loved the intro, the Marvel Studios intro, the Marvel style,
yes,
it says, was in the black and white, like film distortion. I loved it.
Great catch.
I called this shit, and I need to let you guys know I did not watch this episode before I called this shit, and so yeah,
that you called that the next ancestor being featured would be the black and white one with the shotgun,
the sharpshooter.
She did. She did call it.
I teared up both times that I watched this. I'm gonna tear up right now. They will see me as I am. That quote that she had, it was like, they won't see, I can't remember the full quote. They won't see what they want to see.
Yeah.
They'll see me as I am.
I believe that.
And it was like, that is powerful. Like I'm going to be me, and you can't put what you want to put on me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well said.
I loved it. I teared up. I do.
It says braids are for men, braids are for Choctaw warriors, and then she's doing
braiding her hair,
the braids, and the screen is going very slowly, and it's going to show me the quote in 3 seconds, I think. They will see me not as they think I should be. They will see
Yes.
me as I am. You might have just said exactly that, and I just fucking
Very,
wasted
very
my
close, but
fucked it up a
Keith, it
little
was
bit.
still good. I'm glad you did
Yeah.
the research. Yeah.
Not as they think I should be, because
Right.
like society's like, this is
who you
the
should be.
perfect little, this is what you should be. It's like, no, I'm gonna be
Me.
who I fucking am. I really like that quote, and it made me tear up. And maybe I'm just a big old sappy softy.
You're both.
But
it's great. Love it, and you can be that too. It's okay to be both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
You're you. You can be you.
Be who I am.
Fuck yeah.
Feliz Navidad.
The Light Horsemen.
Knock it the fuck off, Keith. Just knock it the fuck off.
The Light Horsemen were real.
Yeah.
And they had different versions of them in different tribes.
Yes.
So they had I think the biggest one was in Choctaw, and then they also had Cherokee, Seminole, and there were a few other ones
Chickasaw.
that I can't remember. Yeah. Oh, you have it. Cool.
Yeah. I'll wait to go on a further rant about that.
No.
It's not long.
Your floor, man.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Well, I was just gonna say the little flashbacks that we're getting each episode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that to stop. I really hope that they don't stop doing that, because it is so cool to be thrown into this exciting fictional show. It is throwing these little like Google frenzy things that you can go and see what was real, what wasn't, whatever. And it just gives you these little like bullet points to go and Google for yourself. And I have been doing that every episode. So it's so much fun to learn about the actual happenings in history, as well as see it featured in such a cool and present day way. Like that, do you think any version of stickball, or what would become lacrosse, do you think that's ever been shot the way it was last episode? That was so much fun. That was so cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said last episode, such high production value. And then this, and finding out I didn't know anything about the Light Horsemen. This was awesome.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Because they didn't teach that.
They don't teach that shit. Yeah. And it's not just in the pictured, like the stickball ideas that I had growing up were all just in textbooks.
Yeah.
You'd see a drawing of it, and that was it. No action, no excitement, just a drawing. And you go, okay, put yourself there. You can't.
Lacrosse, the sport for rich white assholes.
Not
where it
all.
started.
Not all, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, let's not generalize, but yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
But yeah, I just love that the show is doing that.
Mostly.
Sending people down these things that these holes that they can look up on the internet and just learn more.
Yeah.
I'm trying to show you my notes, because I do like a little squiggle next to things that I want to Google, and this is like, it's something you probably can't see it.
Closer.
Yeah, bring it up actually to the camera. You can't.
Well, I don't want to give away my notes, y'all.
Oh, never mind. We won't. We'll save that for later.
Like here's Light Horseman. Nice. That has a little squiggle.
Nice.
Right? Yeah.
So cool.
And so it was like, oh, I need to Google that.
That's really cool, Amy. It's really cool.
Okay. All right. I've been doing this since the beginning. Like I could go back to my first notebook.
Cool story, bro.
Your notebooks belong in a museum.
They do.
Oh gosh. So we are going to move forward. Man, my voice is leaving me. I know what Amy prayed for last night. Sorry, what do you got, Amy?
Okay. I said that it was redundant, the theme song last week, and I got it stuck in my head this week.
Yeah, fuck you. I said it was good. It's damn good.
It is. Okay. It is good. It is good.
Yeah.
And I figured out what it is, and I think that I have given myself a reason for why it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So good. they say.
I'm glad you gave yourself a reason. That's awesome. I'm glad you convinced yourself.
That's my reason though. It's kind of dumb, but I think I'm reaching. But like, oh fuck it. Into the sea, out of the fire, and they say it twice, like it's an echo.
Did you just figure this shit out? Like you feel like you are smart or something?
You know how the flashbacks into the past.
Sometimes Amy has a fucking epiphany
echoes.
and realizes she had the epiphany 3 episodes after everyone else had the epiphany. Sorry, go on.
Did you put that together? They haven't had that. It was only last week. Oh,
You're talking like repeating a lyric in a song is the newest craze.
well, no, I know they do that, but okay, all right.
I feel like a dick. I'm sorry.
No,
No,
that's what we
okay.
need.
No,
That's what we
yeah,
need. Remember?
Okay.
Remember the
We need
Discord?
more dick.
Yeah, need more dick. All right.
That's what I said last night.
Yeah, okay. We're going to move on.
Resolutions.
There's a
Resolutions.
doorbell ringing, guys. We are starting after the intro. A doorbell rings, and Chula, she didn't come here to get leg humped. Am I right, Keith?
Did I say to show the first shot in the episode of present day as also black and white and also a narrow aspect ratio was fucking brilliant. So I was like, that's a beautiful little touch.
Nice transition.
And then
there.
she does say, cut the crap. I didn't come here to get my leg humped by some old res dog like you.
Thank you.
I love the way she talks to Scully, as well as
But
they're not these kids back together again. He's clearly pining for her.
Well, this answers a little bit of my question here. They're not together. I put that together this episode. Maybe I'm late to the party, but that helped me with a little bit of the secrecy. And it was kind of like, oh, that's a bummer because they look like such a cute couple. Like, yeah.
They were happy back when they were happy, back when she was happy.
Yeah,
and
before
she's not grieved properly.
Happy. Yeah.
People break up when they don't grieve properly. That happens, and it's not fair to Scully to help her along or help. She needs to grieve.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and Biscuit, well, he tried to speak. He said, you used to melt like butter when I talked Indian to you. And she's like, yeah, well, fuck off. And then Maya's back, and they have a discussion about Biscuit's totaling his truck. And, he's covering for Maya.
Her truck.
Excuse me. Her truck. I apologize, Emmy. Great catch.
Women can own trucks, Brandon.
No, they can't. We've had this conversation. They can own them and they can drive them. Oh, my gosh. All right. So we'll debate that later. I am such a stickler for women owning trucks. You don't even know. Just kidding. Don't come at me. I'm kidding 100%. Now that he's caught up in it, basically. He's covering for Maya. She's too much like her father. And I really, Scully fucking claps back more than once. It's like, well, how do you know? Yeah. You don't talk to her. How do you know that? And she's just kind of, oh shit. And really, and you two are exactly alike. We're not alike. I protect my family. You lose your daughter, swallow your pride before you lose your granddaughter. Maybe you should just listen for once. Damn. Some really good dialogue here. And it was, I don't know. I was pretty, I like this scene a whole lot. I like the dynamic of the scene. And really, really solid from Scully and Chula.
I feel like this conversation is interesting because at the end of the episode, when he's talking to Maya, he says, I don't get in family drama.
Yeah.
But here he is.
He did.
Trying.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice. Yeah. He makes he is the liaison between Chula and Maya. He tries to kind of bridge where there is not one. And and that's really cool, actually. I really thought that was awesome.
I think this is the kind of scene that this episode, because I gotta correct myself from earlier. This is not an episode I disliked. This is just I'd say the weakest of the three we've seen.
I'm pretty sure you said fuck this episode at the beginning. We can rewind it back if you want.
No. I can rewind, and I will edit that in right now. And we're back.
I
just think the episode could have used more scenes like this, which do progress the characters a little bit. And we didn't, to me, the moment you had with Maya and Bonnie, or the moments you had with Maya and Bonnie in this episode, didn't really hit emotionally the way that we've been getting from Chula, from Biscuits, from Scully, from other characters. So it's just it's a shame because this relationship between Maya and Bonnie has been built up so much that you want that kind of emotional impact, and then you get kind of like a watered down version because we got an action scene to shoot, we got an action scene to survive, and it's like, okay, I guess later. But now it's just making me want Chula, the grandmother, and Maya's reuniting. That's the one I'm like thirsty for. So
I want Scully and Chula. It makes me so sad that they're not together. Their dynamic is so adorable to me.
There's such a chemistry between these two actors already. Like, I definitely agree. I would love to see more of this pair together. really believable couple, and also believable ex-couple. I won't lie. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I think I don't
like
know.
they might have a friends with benefits. Like
I mean, the way he was
when she's feeling it, she'll text him, "Yo, you up?" And he would be like there.
Yeah, because he didn't feel like he was trying like he's been batting zero. It looked like he hit a couple into left field. So
he was batting like also an actual batting average.
Right.
It's not good.
Yeah, it's not good, but he was still making it on base once in a while, so he went for it. I mean, really.
Imagine the to me that the sparing the sparse amount of time that they see each other compared to when how much they used to see each other is probably like he's hedging his bets. He's trying not to fuck up. He's trying not to upset her because he has this much time with her compared to before.
Right.
But at the same time, what she has said in front of him and how she's so stubborn, he's like, I have to say this even though I don't want to because it's going to make you probably not talk to me for a week or more. Like he boiled up and he let it out. And it's probably been in his head for a while that he wishes he could have said it.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I want to point out too that she's a mail carrier and she is still a mail carrier. And I feel like that's a very important job in that part of the country just because it's so rural and spread out. And as somebody who has been snowed in and my mail hasn't been getting delivered, like there are things that I've ordered that like haven't come in, and it's difficult, and I think that she plays a vital role.
I only
in
had 2 weeks off. Oh God, what am I gonna do?
I'm just saying.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not even trying to make it about that. I'm just
doing
saying
it. For someone that's been snowed in for 2 weeks, you were at 60 degrees a couple days ago.
It is now.
Shut your mouth.
I'm back. I'm back in school. Okay, all right.
I'm back in the New York groove. Anyway, sorry.
But no, she's vital to the community.
New York Minute. Don Henley. Don Henley. Who was he the lead singer of? Whoever can answer that gets a cookie.
I was just gonna say it's featured. It's a ringtone in this episode.
He Be White, and it starts with an E.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Eagles. Jesus Christ. All right. So we'll keep. All right.
That's a ridiculous answer.
It was a very Emmy answer though.
Evanescence.
Yeah.
Captain Planet.
I like Don Henley as a solo artist, but obviously Eagles was his best work. Just my opinion. But obviously, and when he was also in Earth, Wind, and Fire, he was really great as well. So wonderful. Everyone who remembers that brief run with Earth, Wind, and Fire. All right. So we see Maya. She's by herself, kind of like, hey, wait for her. Wait for my call. Maya will be here. We see some quick ancestor flashbacks as well. They take her. Literally, they, obviously, make what's that thing called? They had it in Ace Ventura. I can't remember. They cover their mouth with it. Chloroform. That's it.
There's no weird reason why I know that. So it's movies. I watch a lot of movies and television. Don't come at me.
So how do you make people pass out by covering their mouth, Keith? Chloroform is what you said? Okay. Weird that you know that.
If farts doesn't work.
Chloroform.
All
right. That's the name of his autobiography. If farts don't work, chloroform.
Chloroform. My life's pretty crazy.
Hey, I used chloroform the other day, and my life is pretty crazy.
I feel like if farts don't work, that's a perfect title.
If farts don't work, the Keith story. ...
I
like it.
I'm just a picture of me being like.
Yeah, exactly.
There it is. Oh,
did they work?
Yeah. Index finger to the mouth. Innocence. So yeah, just describing for our audio listeners.
I was just gonna say. I'm glad you did it.
So they take her. They. This is it. They strung her up upside down in a skating ring by her foot. That's my notes. Literally by her ... foot. By both of her feet, but still.
One string on each foot, which I thought was funny. Because it's like, you guys know that this would work with a person without a detachable limb. But it's
just in the words of Mad Trivia John, by the words of the guy that's in Glass Onion, it's just dumb. Like I'm just,
I think that's the point they were trying to make, was that Vicky is just he doesn't know dick about shit.
And I guess lifestyle. I can see that.
He's just trying to get a bounty. And then those two ladies, I'm sorry, they also dumb.
Here's the thing: they end up like putting her in like this little container area anyway. Like,
Yeah.
why did they just string her upside down to begin with? I'm so confused. They didn't try to string her back up by something else. They just was like, all right, fuck. Like,
It took so much the first time. They were like, we're not fucking doing this again.
Sorry, this
Yeah.
is like when you make people so stupid, and maybe that is the point of these characters. I mean, you're probably right, but it just took me out. I was like, this is stupid. Like, that's all I kept saying to myself. Sorry.
I have 17 points about this. You guys ready?
All right. First,
Yes.
condense them down to 1. Second, fuck off.
No, I
Keith.
want to hear all 17.
Fuck you,
Okay.
Emmy.
Fuck Brandon.
Number 1. If you're deaf and you're taking a walk in the woods, like, it already seems scary to me that someone could just
Mhm.
kidnap you like that.
Very true.
But she's got people out for her because she's done a bunch of bad shit. So it's like,
Yep,
don't take
yep.
a walk in the woods by yourself. But she just had a ancestors flash.
Yep.
She's not in her best frame of
Now,
mind.
her
so they
ancestors
snuck
did
up on
not
her.
flash her, but she had a flash.
No,
back.
that's
Yeah,
not what
just
I
wanna make sure I
well,
added
one
it.
of them kind of.
Maybe.
But
Yeah.
no, so they chloroformed her. But these 3 characters of Vicky and what I am now calling dumbass and creepy ass.
Mm.
These 3 characters, Vicky and his henchwomen, are so stupid, and I like that they're stupid because they're underestimating not only a character who's deaf,
Mhm.
not only a character who is a amputee,
Amputee, yep.
Mhm.
but also just they're trying to be like dramatic flair. Let's hang her upside down where the disco ball goes. And then it's like, oh shit, that took so fucking long. We got to put her in the back room this time. It didn't work. So, but oh my God, these 2 are my biggest nitpick of the episode is dumbass
Nitpick?
and creepy ass.
Mhm.
I can't stand them, but mostly creepy ass. I don't like creepy ass, which I think
Was
her name in the
creepy
episode's
ass-
Grace.
Was creepy ass
Um,
the one that?
Hey,
called
she
them-
got
no,
out. What are we gonna
no,
do?
No,
What?
not no.
I know which one's dumbass and creepy ass because they're pretty
Dumbass
clearly
is the one that
defined.
calls him chicken shit.
Yes.
I'll watch her
Um,
because she's too chicken shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the
you know
one
what?
who
That's
She's
watches
creepy
her.
too.
Well, no, the one I'm calling creepy ass is acting like she got the Loki role. She is looking at everybody with this like creepy eyes, these creepy stares.
No, we
and she's
live.
trying
I
to
live in the
intimidate
backwoods.
them.
I live in the backwoods of Tennessee. That ain't a Loki stare. That is got in the wrong trailer park stare. So,
Not
Oh,
the
oh my
wrong
God.
substance.
there was a red light on with an open sign on the trailer, and they walked in. If you get my drift, all right. So yeah.
The one I'm calling dumbass is the one who's watching a YouTube series called
On-
Militia Mommies,
Yes.
Yeah.
and she's learning.
So you're
how
in a
to deal with
hostage
situation.
hostage situation. Excuse me. Yeah, I thought that was
Now,
fun.
did-
Like, comment, and subscribe. I thought that was fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emmy, did you
I-
recognize her,
Did I recognize her?
the actress?
Oh my god, is she in Twilight?
No,
No, I
she's
didn't
from
recognize her.
one other thing that I can think of, and I was like, how the fuck do I know that face?
Oh, is
she
it Barb
is-
and Star?
No,
Oh.
it is Magic Mike XXL.
Oh, okay.
The scene
listen,
where
those movies
Joe
are terrible.
Mangliano or whatever his name is doing the striptease in the convenience store, and he's just supposed to make the clerk laugh.
So Emmy
That is the clerk.
doesn't watch the movie. She has scenes cut out that she put in Adobe Premiere. She cut out all the scenes that she gave a shit about, and she just
That's
spliced
the
them
way to
together.
do that because that story is shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
But you know the scene I'm talking about? He's supposed to make her chuckle. That's the whole
I
thing.
remember.
Because of striptease to Backstreet Boys.
Fun fact about Emmy.
Fun,
Fun fact about Amy: her favorite stripper from the movie is Kevin Nash, the wrestler. She really enjoyed that.
No, it's actually Childish Gambino.
Yeah, that's what I said. Kevin Nash.
Mine's Matt Bomber.
I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
He's the white guy. They're all pretty white.
The
I'm gonna be
white
honest.
guy. That's how you differentiated him.
Yeah, he's got abs.
You know the guy
Yeah,
with
he's the one
abs.
with
that's-
abs.
He's white.
He's the one with skin.
Yeah.
Anyway, she plays the clerk at the fucking store. Well, I want it that way scene.
Oh.
The
wow.
people who know what I'm talking about, please in the comments.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because this.
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Yeah.
You brought up Militia Mama or
Yeah.
Mommy. And okay, so I thought the first time I watched it, I thought it was to get how to get out of a hostage situation. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, wait, is it like a how to hostage someone?
Thanks.
I thought it was a how to deal with a hostage situation, not a how to. Kind of like Okay, so you
Oh.
have a hostage situation. Like, that's what
But
I
she
thought.
does. She talks about like making sure. And I'm sorry, her comment that do not mistake incompetence
Yeah.
for a weakness. I thought that comment was fantastic because I
Yep.
feel like too often, and I'm sorry, as a teacher of a student with as of students with disabilities, I feel like too often they are
Mhm.
looked at as they
Mistaken
can't do, they
for-
can't do, they can't do.
Right.
Yeah.
When they truly can if you just let them try.
Mhm.
Like you don't say they can't do it until they prove that they can't. That's the
Well,
wrong way to word that.
is a great that is a great line in the episode though. And remember to do not assume, because this is the point where she's created her own freaking pellet gun essentially and is shooting out the light above her. And do not assume incompetence. I was like, that's great.
So, speaking of, there's also they take her uncle. She's, obviously she's upside down, but then she's right side up because dumbasses. And I love the single heartbeat, the noise that you can hear while they're talking.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, really cool. I'll babysit her. Bonnie is knocking, tries to yell, and just tries to get on in. Uncle Henry, it's not a good time, pretty busy. The ring skip being audited by the IRS. I love the sign language that's being used to kind of say, go, get out of here. Bonnie ends up being taken anyway. And so there's a lot going on. And we see Bonnie and Echo kind of reunited. And as soon as Bonnie shows up, Echo gets into, to your guys' point, to save mode. She starts immediately cutting herself free from the bonds, as well as Bonnie gets them kind of out of that situation. But they're having here's another thing. You have imminent danger. This is where I feel like Keith's point earlier, this was rushed. This is what happens when you leave things on the cutting room floor. To me, it's like, is this the appropriate time to talk about, you didn't answer my text or emails? You didn't do, there's imminent danger here. I'm sorry. I have a brother. I haven't talked to him in 7 years. If we're both caught in a situation and he frees me from my bondage and we're trying to get out of a situation, the last thing I'm not going to do is, dude, remember you didn't answer my text? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like shows just try to shoehorn everything real quick and pack it in. And it's there's a time for this urgency. I would just love to see these two working together and trying to get out of a situation and then reconcile after the fact. Then just fit that in here and this reconcile. Yeah. And it's a problem that a lot of movies and shows make where there's we got to pack it in a twofer.
Unrealistic.
Yeah, I'm sorry. A twofer situation.
Takes you out.
It does. It really does. Because Bonnie seems like a jealous ex-girlfriend as opposed to a hostage situation. And her own fucking cousin was hostage as well. What happened? What are you doing? What's going on? Why are we here? What'd you fuck up? That's what I'd be asking. Not, you didn't answer my text or email. Just what the shit? Sorry, it just makes Bonnie feel kind of unrealistic and a little, I don't know. Sometimes I'm nitpicking, but I just,
you know what though?
I don't get it.
You know what though?
Yeah.
In an effort to argue with you more, Brandon,
please,
I'm gonna say,
please argue with me how stupid this was, and it should be better.
Bonnie.
Yeah.
Okay. Bonnie is a character that she's a fire person as well. She is used to high octane stress, serious moments. And is it more believable to have a 20-year, kind of iffy relationship and many years of not speaking with one of your best friends, and to already be in your first ever hostage as the hostage person in the scenario,
hostagee instead of hostager. Yeah.
I think they just call them hostages.
Oh, shut up, Amy. I sounded smart for a second. Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
But you're already in that state. You're not thinking logically. You're not thinking, you're not from a life of crime like Maya.
Yeah.
So,
and this is something
put in that scenario, and then all of your emotions are coming out at once because you're not.
And I struggle with this. And this is just who I am as a person. I think that's why I come across so strong with this, because our Discord was lighting up about Captain America Civil War. With Civil War, Tony, I can't understand him literally this mind-controlled Bucky I'm pissed off about. I'm like, dude, think logistically. And that's how my brain works, and it's funny, I'm a kind of an emotional person, but a lot of times it's based around fact that I perceive something, you did this is what happened, but also what's the factors going into this? Why did you do it? And it's hard for me to delve into why are you going into the emotional shit right now when the problem at hand is this? It's same thing with Tony and Captain America Civil War. I'm Team Cap for that reason. A lot of people are Team Tony because fuck Bucky, am I right? And Cap lied. What a piece of shit. Well, okay, but, you know, like, can you realize the bigger problem at hand? And so it's just, I don't know. So I think it's just how my brain works. So I will accept that criticism. I 100% will accept that for me.
One other thing about the whole Bucky or the Civil War thing, what I only went on to the Tony side of things when I started thinking about how much Cap actually knew his dad and like went on missions with him and like talked about fondue and stuff. And I was like, I didn't think about that for years after till years after the movie came out, and it started making me more on Tony's side a little bit because I was like, shit, they have a history. Like because Tony even says later that like, oh, my dad wouldn't shut up about you. Like, all he ever talked about was how great you were or whatever.
He's like, well, I know when your dad shut up. December 16th, 1991, right? Man, blah, blah. See you later, Howard. Have a good one. Do I need to edit that out too?
It wasn't even blah, blah. It was
just
punch, punch, choke, choke.
That was the mother, right? That was the mother.
Oh, true.
I think
he just smashed his face in, didn't he? Just smashed.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And then there was punches to the father, and then a nice little kind of moment to. Man, that was a gruesome scene. That was before TVMA. That was PG-13. Holy shit! Imagine if they could have made that rated R. Fucking A. I think you would have had more Team Iron Man fans if that was rated R. That scene could have been a lot more fucked.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. True. Anyway.
I mean, it was already pretty fucked.
It was pretty fucked. I mean, just as gruesome as Vicky. My God, we'll get to that in a minute.
That was. Oh my gosh.
Most gruesome scene in the MCU.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about one more. I can't think of one more gruesome.
Who was the one that got put in the wood chipper in
I think that was the movie Fargo.
No, Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2 is technically not MCU. That was Fox. Which
they haven't
was rated
even
R.
done a rated R yet.
Correct.
That's what I keep forgetting is because they've inducted
100% it's Fox. They just now are canon. It's the same thing with the Tobey Spider-Mans and the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans. Technically it's MCU now, but it was still Sony that produced it, not the MCU.
Semantics.
Fuck off, you argumentative fuck.
Right. What I was surprised at was they didn't make Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 rated R, even though Jamie Foxx had that hair and those teeth before turning into Electro. Remember that fucking shit?
Should have been rated R.
Should have been rated R. That was nightmare.
And then, hey, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Amazing Spider-Man 2, but snap, crackle, pop. Am I right, Gwen Stacy? Holy shit, that's great.
Oh my gosh. I
thought of a joke. The other day. So you know how Gamora gets launched over the thing in Infinity War? Did we ever say this? Gamora no Mora?
No, we didn't.
Okay, like Splatty Natty, Gamora no Mora. I'm making it canon. Okay, cool. Now it's canon into the Avengers universe. All right, I'm good. Thank you. Sorry.
So Echo, episode 3.
Oh, Echo, episode 3. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Just a couple of things that I wanted to point out whenever we went through a whole bunch. The braid.
What about Captain America Civil War? What do you want to talk about?
Echo has a braid.
Oh, I thought you said we went through a lot, so you were going to talk about.
Yes, Echo has a braid.
She's a badass.
Love it, because it means Choctaw Warrior.
Light horseman, man.
Love it.
Fucking rad.
The silence when she's laying on the skating rink and the 3 Dumbos come and walk up to her and they're like arguing over something.
Did you just call them the 3D Dumbos?
I said the 3 Dumbos.
I thought you said the 3D Dumbos, and I was like, sorry. I was like,
I mean, they are 3D.
I thought they were 3-dimensional Dumbos, and I was like, that's the greatest insult I've ever fucking heard in my entire life. The 3D Dumbos. Sorry. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, the 3D Dumbos. I did say that. That's the greatest insult I've ever said in my
life. That's the most original, weird fucking insult I've ever heard. Sorry. Anyway, go on.
That was great, Emmy.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Just 3 Dumbos. Sorry, but
the 3 Dumbos. The silence and the fact that they're arguing over something, and then it goes silent for us too. So we don't know what those idiots are.
I told you shouldn't have hung her up by her legs. Right? Yeah,
exactly. Right. It's probably something like that. Right. Yeah. I told you she's got prosthetic.
Yeah. What the fuck you thinking, Vicky? You dumbass.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah, because
I love-
dumbass even looks at her prosthetic leg, her little shoe that fell off. She looks at it like, what's this? It's like, you didn't know what are you getting into?
Thank you.
Bridget,
Yeah.
Thank you.
just go back to the convenience store, Bridget.
Go back.
Fuck.
And then when
XXL.
Bonnie gets thrown into that room with her, the fact that they were tied up, I thought was very symbolic because she doesn't say sorry even after they're tied up, but the fact that they can't communicate because they're both tied up and can't use their hands, I thought that was just interesting.
Mhm.
It didn't last long, so I don't think it was as much as I thought it was going to be.
That's a good point,
Because
though.
knife shoe, which
Knife shoe. Wild Wild West style.
I mean, that
Wiki
was
Wild.
cool. Did Grandpa?
Did you
do
just
that?
pull out South
I-
Park?
he must have.
Wiki Wow. It's a wild,
Wiki
wild.
Wild. Wiki. I mean, I was just doing it from the actual Wild Wild West.
Oh, sorry. There's an episode where Cartman does
Jim West,
He does a wild, wild
Desperado.
west.
You don't want
There's an episode of South Park where he's doing Wild Wild West, and he's like, there's a little doll he's playing with, and he's like, Salma, he's like, yeah, like, we have to go, hon. He's like, Mom, I haven't got to my love scene with Salma Hayek. I don't know why. It's really fucking funny imagining an 8-year-old talking about a love scene with Salma Hayek.
Weren't we all?
Yeah. No, I mean, when we were not hard in front of the grandmothers. Sorry, we were talking about it earlier. Sorry.
Abort!
Oh, sorry, we're done. Yeah.
We know the sign for bullshit now. Everybody should know the sign for bullshit. That's just shit. That's
Oh, that's
poopy.
just
Oh,
take a poop.
But Maya says, she goes, that's bullshit.
that
Oh yeah.
Or not Maya, not
Come
Maya.
in.
Sorry. Bonnie says, yeah,
Bonnie,
that's bullshit.
because she's like, why didn't you text me, bruh?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Bullshit.
And I'm gonna start
I
doing
like
that to my kids because I don't know that they know what it means.
I didn't realize how many rock bands I called bullshit when I was at the concert. That sucks. I didn't
Well,
mean.
that's yeah.
I
You do
I
that.
followed a rock band named Bullshit for like 6 years, toured it like every venue, and I was doing the right symbol the whole time. So I feel vindicated and validated.
Nice.
I see you,
nice.
Keith. I see you.
Nice.
I just want
Well,
to let
it's
you
a
know that.
Zoom call.
Oh, sorry. I was talking about like validating what you
My
said.
God.
Anyway. Okay. We'll talk about that later.
Abby.
God, no, go on. No, keep going.
No, we're not talking about the episode yet.
Oh.
Did you have anything more for the
No, I didn't have
Maya
anything else.
Bonnie
No,
reunion?
Oh, we're good.
Oh, I liked it.
Nice.
It
Oh.
was it was a little bit rushed. But...
Yeah, it is.
And
It's
then the
just
fact
rushed.
that the first thing that
Yay!
Maya does is punch her in the face. I was like, why was that the first thing that you were that would be my one nitpick
Yeah.
of the episode would be I get like yes, cause confusion between the Dumbos, but why was that your first option?
I completely agree with you.
She knew that if they were fighting, they couldn't be locked up together, so she would have to be taken out there, and she can be distracting them while she constructs a some kind of weapon, an escape device. I think that's all.
I get
But
the feasibility.
then that separates her from the person she wants to protect.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna kill her because they don't want that kind of trouble. I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. I'm trying to
Still,
help.
I gotta agree with Amy 100% on that. I do agree. I think the person you're trying to protect, you're taking a hell of a gamble, and I guess maybe in those situations you have to. At the same time, still not very sensical. Doesn't make much sense to what we just kind of saw. Yeah. I agree. Kind of took me out too. Yeah. I'm gonna protect you. I promise nothing will happen to you. Pow! Right in the kisser. Boom.
She could take a-
Straight up right, man. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, so we see also the Tweedledee and Tweedledum and Vicky. If she's dead, we ain't getting paid. Punches Bonnie. They're here. We see the Tracksuit Mafia. Is this the Tracksuit Mafia returns, or is this another group of people? Or
different group.
Different group. Okay.
Different group.
Couldn't tell.
Because they're not in tracksuits. That's how you can tell.
That's number one.
I was
Number
hoping they
two,
just
they're not saying
upgraded their.
bro.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
not saying-
Irish. Some of them
Okay.
Irish.
Well,
I just thought of another reason why she punched Bonnie. So if they,
he's trying to justify it.
if she
He's trying to bring
punches-
it back.
if she
Keith, you
if
lost.
she punches Bonnie,
Amy
then
wins.
they aren't gonna think that they can hold a gun to Bonnie's head in order to make Maya comply. Because why would they? She just punched this person. She doesn't care about her.
But also, she doesn't care about her. Let's just get rid of her and let's just focus on Maya. Like,
Yeah, true. Alright,
you
fair.
know, like she's expendable to maybe
I
both
know.
parties at that point.
Yeah. That was a good point there for a second.
Sorry. It can go both ways, which is the point. I still feel like overall to protect her, you're taking a gamble by doing that. So,
it can all go both ways sometimes.
So, we all can go both ways. The Avenger story. So keep the money safe while I assess the situation. This guy comes in, this Irish guy, and he is, for your sake, I hope the information is legit because I don't like being played with. He's the most intimidating, non-intimidating person I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, I don't know how to describe it. He didn't intimidate me at all, and then at times kind of terrified me, which I kind of dug. I actually thought it was a pretty strong performance by him. And literally, punches and shoots one of them. Wait, I have punches and shoots who actually, no, this is Maya. Sorry, Maya started shooting the lights out. Punches one of the funny people. Anyway, shit hits the fan. Ring pops, by the way. I love that. Ring pops on me. He's a very sarcastic character. And we see that Henry Black Crow Lopez, he has a past. He has a history. Who's the Black Crow? Like, what has he done? He's obviously got a rap with the wrong crowd as well, which obviously shows why he was so urgent to Maya. You're bringing in the wrong people into this whole thing. And they're basically just looking for Maya Lopez this entire time. And before we get to that, we're going to break down the scene. But Dracula by Rob Zombie blasts. And there's a circuit breaker in the laser tag area. Holy shit. So there's a breaker that you literally flip and Dracula by Rob Zombie comes on? That's
Dragula.
Dragula. Sorry.
Dragula.
Yeah. That's okay.
I apologize.
Okay, you're going to have some people coming at you.
Thank you. So here's the thing. So when you go to your breaker box at your home, mine, washing machine, dishwasher, kitchen, little areas, there's not one switch that says Dragula by Rob Zombie. I want to know for all the people with circuit breakers, because like that was so funny. Dragula by fucking Rob Zombie plays, and he's like, "There's a circuit breaker in the laser tag area."
No, she rigged it. She did something. She flipped some switch, and then he was trying to say you can turn off the sound system.
She Bluetoothed her favorite song, which now we know is Dragula by Rob Zombie, which is everybody's favorite song.
Fucking great song. I'm not kidding. I fucking love that song. Lost my shit when it started playing.
She's using her hearing impairment because she's fine, and they're all like, ah.
Oh, so it's not her favorite song.
Well, it's both.
Yeah,
it's both, Brandon. It's a song that doesn't quit, so she knows it's the best one. She listens
it's
to
one
it with
that
her
she
hands.
knows that she can play loudly.
Yeah,
and I think that's how.
I just want someone to, like, you know how sometimes for concerts they have those people signing on the side of like concerts. I want someone at a Rob Zombie concert doing Dragula, and I just want to watch them perform. Deal with the witches and burn with it. Like, I want to be like, holy fucking shit! I want to see them like get into it and like signing. That would be fucking rad.
That would be pretty cool.
I'm sorry, I would lose my shit because they get into it too. A lot of the signers really get into it. So,
and also we find out that this is the coolest place on earth.
Yeah,
there's a roller rink.
There's a fucking laser tag.
Fucking laser tag.
Claw machine.
Claw machine.
Claw machine.
So
pinball.
Ring pops.
Okay.
Ring pops. Skee ball.
Skeet ball too.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Brother. Hey, brother. You want to go play laser tag?
Oh no! Hulk Hogan, are you okay?
Yeah, brother. I just can't do that voice right now, brother.
You almost went the way of the Macho Man.
Oh yeah, the Macho Man is podcasting with the ABINGERS. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, fucking love.
Bonesaw is ready. Sorry, Spider-Man.
Cameo. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I got you for 3 minutes. It's playtime,
or whatever he says.
And then Tobey Maguire is just slightly homophobic.
Yes, he makes a homophobic comment that is not okay. Yes. Fucking Tobey Maguire that did not age well. Anyway, sorry.
Okay, sorry, Amy.
I have to say the leader of this mob or whatever, Zane. Okay.
Zane, yes.
There is an actor that you could tell me right now it is him, and I would be like, yeah, it totally is.
Jason Statham.
Can you? Oh no,
Andrew Howard.
No. 100%. Tell me that isn't Neil Patrick Harris with some really bad prosthetics on.
Ooh, I could see it. I can see it. No, I can't. Not at all. With bad prosthetics, what the hell?
Ouch!
No,
like facial not bad, because that's my man's face.
Yugi Hauser taking a beating in this conversation.
I could 100%. That is.
I have to rewatch that.
Patrick Harris.
I have to rewatch that. I kind of can. I can stretch there, but I need to watch it again. Let me watch it again.
They would have had to do something to make some of the facial features just a little bit weird.
Guys, they got this thing called IMDb. His name is Andrew Howard. I was guessing it's not Neil. Not this time. Maybe next season.
But you could tell me it was, and I would be like,
I thought it was Jason Statham. Call me a dumbass. That's what I thought. Fuck. Anyway,
this guy has been in Limitless, and he's been in the Watchmen series.
Oh, Watchmen!
And I loved his little acting choices where he was like touching his forehead a lot. And he was like, "You work here, man, lush."
He's
like, "You got it made, man. You got it made."
It's so funny. He was not intimidating, but Keith. That's a really good point there, because there was these mannerisms, these tics. It was almost unnerving. He felt a little unhinged with some of how he was acting, and I think you just nailed it there. Like through his mannerisms and through his especially he comes. That's the first thing he says is, we don't like people that mess with us. We don't like people that bring us out for no reason. Or, basically like, we will fuck you up if she is not here. And even him, I never even felt like he was a comedic part of this episode. I thought he was just unhinged, so that made certain things a little bit funny, like the ring pop thing and the lush thing. But I just took it as, this guy, he's seen some shit, and he's just, I just want to say, this great performance. I really enjoyed Zane. I really did. I thought he was wonderful.
Neil Patrick Harris knocked it out of the park.
With prosthetics.
He truly did.
With some shit prosthetics, but he looked great.
Like series of unfortunate events.
Dig with the witches
that?
bird.
That was Jim Carrey. You're thinking of Jim Carrey.
No.
I know.
Jeff Daniels?
Now I'm questioning myself.
Dumb
in
and
the
Dumber?
series, it was him, wasn't it?
Mock.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
What about this?
What?
Henry says to Vicky in a couple seconds, he just says to him, "You think they're going to let you just leave with the money? Are you crazy?" And Vicky starts getting this doubt in his head, and Vicky becomes a broken record with Zane. He's like, "Well, maybe we could just go get the money."
Yeah, I feel better if we saw the cash beforehand. Like, he just constantly harps on it.
Yeah, he became very nervous.
But it also shows how unprepared he was for this situation. And who would be prepared, to be honest with you? But still, Vicky, horrible thing to do, but he's very new at this. It's not, but it was a bounty. And he even tells Henry, you should have taken advantage of this bounty, because now I am. And there is a part where obviously it's all money driven, and it just kind of sucks because he paid the ultimate price. It was pretty fucked, man.
And Henry says doesn't realize. Can still walk away alive.
Yeah.
You can still walk out of this.
Yeah. And he says to it, he doesn't realize he's dealing with people who make dead bodies disappear for a living. Like they don't care about one dead guy, one dead loose end. So why the fuck would they need him?
When he says Vicky wants to go out, all right, you want to go out? So take him out. And man, that's when it's horrifying. It really is exactly
brutal.
Yeah, it is. I do love they're trying to figure out like where Maya is, and Maya sends a text that says XO Maya. I fucking that to me, badass. I fucking love when Maya Lopez is just straight unforgiving badass. That's my favorite Maya Lopez. That's who I'm sticking with. She had a lot of flashes of that. Really enjoyed that. So anyway, just I would be really remiss, because when that happened, I was like, oh fuck yeah, just straight up XO Maya. Just I love the middle finger.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck. Yeah. Fucking love it.
I loved when Dragula started playing and Henry is like kind of leading them back to where the circuit breaker is. You see this look on Henry's face. He starts to like grow this smile. And it's so endearing. Like he's got not only his little joke about like he shouldn't have deducted the mileage and all those roller skates. He's given like uncle vibes like I've never seen. But like him just proud of Maya. Like he knows he's kind of in good hands in the sense that she's smarter than them. She's got it this far. And then when the guy gets blown back from the circuit breaker and he chuckles before getting punched in the face, I was like, I love Henry all the more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that was fantastic.
Yep.
And I also liked the touch of the red lights because I feel like we've
Yes.
seen Maya a lot in the red lights. You know, she's about to fucking kick some ass.
That's a
when
really
she's
good
in the
point.
red
I never
lights.
really put that two and two together, Yemi. Yeah, I like that.
That was her introduction on Hawkeye. Was her coming out,
Mhm.
out of that room playing that spooky song and that cliffhanger, and she's just feeling the vibrations of the speakers, and they're like, "We
Yeah.
have them," and she's like, "Fuck off."
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh, I forgot about that too. Fuck. Good shit. Yeah.
I like seeing her in the red lights.
I just
Fucking kick some ass, girl.
because we're kind of talking about the fight scene, the suplex through the pinball machine. Oh my god, there was a couple of pinball machine moments, and I was here for it, especially when like you could hear it racking up points while like people were getting slammed on it.
Yeah.
I grew up in an arcade. I'm not kidding. I went to the mall any way I could. Anyone that would give me a ride or anywhere, 9 years old, up until it closed, I would be in an arcade, and so like. I love pinball machines. I love the old school like skeet balls and skee balls. I loved. I was really into Tekken. I was really into a lot of fighting games at the time. There was a lot of really good ones in the arcades. Anyway, I have such an infinity when I see these fight scenes and you see like the things I grew up with and I love, and people just getting slammed, and then the sound effects they put into it just plucks at my heartstrings, and I'm a big fan. I thought this entire fight scene was so incredibly well choreographed. Maya Lopez, man, she is street level MCU all the way. Give me more Maya. Give me more Maya. Just fuck, I can just watch a whole fucking 30-minute show of her just kicking ass in an arcade, and I'd be happy. I think it's just really well done. Just such a fantastic whoever's choreo. And it may be the Daredevil team. I'm not sure. That's I thought I heard that somewhere. Don't take that for what it is. I can't remember if that's it or if it's another team. But the choreographed fight team who is working this project. Strong, whoever you are. I don't know where you came from. I apologize, but I just want to give a kudos to you because all these actors and actresses and these stunt choreographers are putting together fucking work, and it's great. It's great. Yeah. Zero complaints with these fight scenes. Really, really brutal, and I love every second of it.
I have a highlight, a nitpick, and a nitpick apologia for this fight scene.
Okay. Go for it, Keith.
The highlight
all right.
is not only the choreography, not only the stuntmen, but the camera work of the fight scenes. Even in the, back with that fight with Daredevil was sick, and then this episode sick. Like it's just such good camera use. There was one scene where she's fighting this. She's kind of a side-scrolling shot against along these lockers, and she's punching this guy, and the camera's doing this like wonky, like you're on a ship. It's going back and forth. And then as soon as she headbutts and connects with the guy, the camera comes out and like that's the connecting point. So it hammered just tiny little touches like that with the camera work, or maybe it's the editing, can make those punches feel harder. And it's just this beautiful dance with everybody involved. It's so cool. My nitpick is I want to know from what cannon did Maya shoot out of and blast 20 feet through drywall, carrying a full-grown person to land through the Make America Skate Again part? Does she have, here's my apologia, does she have the strength and agility of her ancestors? And that's what we're supposed to understand, because that's how she got herself out of the train thing. Like, is that what we're like? She just got powers now, or was that just like, hey, we know we want to see this? Fuck it.
I'm gonna let Emmy go because Emmy looked like she was gonna speak first, and then I'll tack on afterward.
I was gonna say she farted.
Oh, why do I give you the floor all the time? It's like I interrupt you or I go first, and then like when I catch myself, it's always that shit. Like, why do I always like? I'm gonna give the floor to Emmy. She has a really good.
She makes a great point though, because what echoes more than a fart?
A duck's quack.
I remember my friend's grandfather farted in front of me, and he goes, "Oh, who let in the frog?" Like, I remember that moment, and it still has seared into my brain at this point when he literally was sitting on his chair. "Nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you." Oh, where'd that frog come from? Like that, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I didn't know whether to laugh or I just stood there. I was like, "Okay, we're gonna go ride four-wheelers." Either way, so yeah. So I will say this: I genuinely thought it was the powers too. I thought, we haven't seen them full blown into the actual, but she also MacGyvered a couple of objects too at the last second. So maybe, but I still think they should have shown that.
And
Yeah.
it's an old
I want to see that
skating rink.
ancestor.
Yeah.
How the hell? What ancestor is
MacGyvered
Tony
one?
Stark? Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, man.
Building stuff.
Shooting at lights.
But no, it's an old skating rink. I feel like that was probably like.
You
a
think old
really
skating rinks are made out of
classical-
particle board? No. Come on now. No, that's not the
I'm just
answer.
impressed.
You
There's
think
not a
old
stud
skating?
there.
So if you go to an old skating rink right now, you think you can Kool-Aid man it from one wall to the other? You think you can just bust
I
right
mean,
through?
I can't. Well, I probably could if I was going fast enough.
We're
What's-
going to a
what's-
skating rink, and I want to watch you just slam into a wall and see what the fuck happens. And then you're gonna.
What is the sign language for oh yeah?
Oh yeah. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, I thought it was. I think the most plausible answer is the powers. But we didn't see any like kind of force field around that, did we? Or did we? I don't
No.
know.
No, she just
and I feel like
cracks.
she
It
Right.
takes 2 or 3, but
It
then
took-
she goes
yeah, it took
20
about-
feet with the guy. I was like, what?
Yeah. That's
I mean, she might have been going at him pretty hard, but I feel like
Right.
this episode really focused on
Mhm.
the light horseman relative and less
Mhm.
about the like
True.
the
Loak.
yeah
Or
from like
Jaffa.
episode
Yeah,
2
that's a good
or
point.
1, yeah.
So,
But I don't know.
but they end
Just
up.
Right.
everything she picked up, everything. She ran out of bullets. She started throwing ski balls. She grabbed those fucking guns from the one arcade game and started using them.
That is my
power.
biggest highlight. I thought that was so cool to
It
use
is.
the toy gun
Yes.
as real weapons.
Agreed.
And
Yeah.
kick ass with those. Like that was really cool.
Completely agreed.
Everything in this fight was really neat. And she goes into the claw machine, and at one point, the guy who's fighting her, she like pulls his arm into the claw machine. His gun goes missing. He's got a stuffed animal in his hand now,
Fucking
and he tries
hilarious.
to shoot her, but he's got a stuffed animal.
I didn't
good.
even catch that. That's wicked.
It's
Yeah.
great.
It's
I'm gonna watch it again.
No, this
Yeah.
scene is worth watching again. 100%.
Yeah.
We end up at the end of
Oh.
all things, Henry and Maya end up being held captive, and Bonnie as well.
And to your point about the video game sounds, at the end of the fight, whenever she does get captured,
Yeah.
the subtitle says video game losing sounds. And it's the pinball machine, like a shot of the top of the pinball machine.
Did not catch
Video
that.
game losing sounds.
Did
Yep.
not catch that. I love that. I will have to watch that again for sure. But
Yeah.
we see them all held captive, and obviously it looks like someone's about to get blown away, just similar to Vicky. And what I love about this show is because it's TVMA, Vicky gets blown the fuck away. Stakes feel higher in these scenes, in these
Mhm,
moments.
mhm.
Obviously, I don't think we're going to lose Maya. But I wouldn't be surprised if we lost Bonnie or Henry at this point. I like that. I like when I feel like, oh shit, this can happen. I like that. I just want to keep saying that. Anyway, New York Minute by Don Henley came on from Earth, Wind, and Fire, or the Eagles, depends on what you Google or what you believe. And
Speaking of bands that start with the E, okay?
Eagles!
Earth, Wind, and Fire,
Eagles!
and Evanescence.
oh my God. Anyway,
The
Evanescence.
Eurythmics.
Don Henley was in Evanescence. Is that what?
He
Yeah.
was in, but I was just thinking of E bands, okay?
I can't believe Eagles. Literally,
Right,
sound.
Okay. The Eagles are my classic rock bands. It's like Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, Styx, Journey, Boston.
How long do we have? Do we
I
need
would
to-
have to
do
go.
I need
I
to-
would have to go for a while to get to the Eagles. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
Fight me.
No,
Fight me.
I just
He
did.
hasn't even said the Bee Gees yet. I'm a little disappointed.
Classic rock.
I'd have to go probably even longer.
I think that's classic disco. Actually,
That's true.
Massachusetts is my favorite Bee Gees song, and I wouldn't classify that as disco. It's more they're kind of like when they were kind of a Beatles 2.0 band in the 60s. Anyway, Massachusetts, really, really wonderful. Robin Gibb sings that one. Big fan of the Bee Gees. Anyway, watch
The Who.
The Who's really good.
Oh,
The
who?
Whom.
The Who? The Whom.
The Guess Who?
I just love that this guy listens to Don Henley because I like Don Henley too. So I guess I will just say this. And what a fucking good song. New York Minute. It's playing, it's the cell phone. And he's like, doesn't get a word in edgewise. He's like, okay, sure. Well, I was going to, okay.
You can tell that's his ringtone for Fisk too, because he just becomes immediately terrified. when he hears New York Minute playing.
Oh,
That's his
a
fist
good
guy.
Good
point.
catch. Did not
The
catch
second
that.
time I watched it, I was like, why the fuck would you pick up your cell phone right now?
Yep.
Why is it on ring too? Also,
Maybe there's
like,
one contact that gets through there. Great point, Keith. That's a great point.
But that's such a boober thing to have your ringtone on. Sorry.
Yeah, during work hours. Come on.
Yeah.
Fuck right off.
Unprofessional.
New York Minute would be my ringtone as well.
I miss so many calls because I refuse to keep my phone on.
I love how you're like, boomers, man, they have their phone on. Fuck them. And then you're like, but I don't get any of my calls. Fuck that.
I never.
The irony.
My teacher bestie will call me and then she'll send me a text that says, I'm going to kick you right in your ass.
Good for her.
Because she knows I'm not going to answer.
Yeah.
A phone call.
Oh, that's the way.
And it's not that I'm not answering it.
It's so funny.
I just don't see it.
So
I don't see it, man.
we order from a restaurant, and sometimes the website on this restaurant does not work. And so my wife will look at me. She'll order everything from the app. She'll do everything from that. The moment she has to call in an order, she's like, Brandon, will you call in? I do not want to talk to human life.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's just, you can tell them, yeah, but I don't want to tell them all that I want. I don't want to do all this. I'm like, you just want this with this. It's really, yes, I'll call. At this point, I've just realized I'm actually stoked she doesn't like to call and that app doesn't work because she has a need for me. At this point, I am still sufficient in her life that I can do that. And I think that's why she keeps me around at least 90% of the time is for that reason alone. So I will call when texting or apps are not an option. So anytime that's involved, or hey, I got to call about this repair or got to get this guy out here. Usually she'll call too, but she prefers if I do. But if I've done it like 9 or 10 times and I start getting a little pissy, then she'll come in and play good cop. So she did that the other day. I was a little angry at people. So yeah.
Was it Comcast? Fuck them. Whenever I used to hang out with we're never getting that sponsorship. They're never going to lower my bill because I talk.
That is our opinion. That is not a fact, but in our opinion,
it is a fact.
No, it's an opinion. All opinions based on this podcast, from this podcast, are based on opinion. However, our opinion, Comcast,
can suck a dick.
All right.
Every time you guys say Comcast, I think Capcom, and I'm like, oh, Street Fighter? What the fuck?
Street Fighter. Oh, that was another good arcade game. All right, go on.
I was gonna say though, whenever I would hang out with British Emmy and we would order food, he would always hand the phone to me and be like, "You have to call. They can't understand my accent." Well, he would say it with a British accent because he was like,
"Can you say?"
What did that sound like?
You have to call because I can't order. They don't. That's Australia.
Yeah, I
jumped so confidently into it.
You go.
And it's always
every
wrong.
time. Every time you're like, yeah, I'm going to make this the best fucking accent. And you just completely go, good day, mate. And by the end of it, I don't know how, but you do it every fucking time. It's great.
It's so bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everybody.
Well, they ditch Maya. They ditch Henry. And obviously Bonnie's like, you got to go to the police. And Bonnie's like, fuck that. No. I won't let anyone hurt you. I promise. They were here for me, not you. Go home, Bonnie. And obviously, what the hell happened? Maya inquires from Henry, and well, it wouldn't be if someone didn't call off Zane and his dogs. There's only one person who could have been responsible for that. No, I shot him in the face.
Blap, blap.
Blap, blap. And tonight, things caught up to us both. If the offer still stands, I'm helping you. And anyway, it was really, really a cool scene. That means Shock Towel Warrior is on the scene, but if you don't like it, it could be Matt.
That's with the grandpa later.
Oh, yes, exactly. Sorry, we flip over to the grandpa, and he prefers a simpler look. This is when he presents the new prosthetic leg, and that's all. You live in New York, you got to stand out. That means Shock Towel Warrior. But if you don't like it, I can paint it matte black. Leave it as is. I'll just put my pants over it. Just teasing.
Oh. And then
the first time we see her smile.
I thought it was great.
Smiles
thought it was wonderful.
First time.
Now, and exactly. And when her grandfather responds, now, I don't get into family business. We alluded to this earlier, but since your grandmother and I are no longer together, you won't go see her. She doesn't want to see me. Her heart was broken when you left. She left this place like it was a museum. She could have reached out, never did. And I love his response. I guess we all do things we wish were different. Really, really poignant moment here, because that's where a lot of us get hung up, myself included. You did this and fuck you. That's kind of how I am with a lot of folks in a lot of moments. I don't like that. And this was news to me too. I saw myself as Maya in this moment, and it's a good thing to reflect. Hey, sometimes we just do things we wish were different.
Mm-hmm.
That is also true. And that is really, I love that. And she takes a motorcycle ride. This beautiful music playing in the background, almost this church music or this worship music that's playing. It's really beautiful.
Oh wait, I don't know. Okay, there's two songs that are in Choctaw in this episode, and they're both very close to the end.
Yeah.
The song that they're singing whenever it's showing Tuklo is a Choctaw translated hymn. It's called Watchmen Tell Us, and it's for times of like comfort in times of sorrow or joy and praise to God, but their version of God.
Yeah.
Which has a different name.
But it was beautiful music. I mean, absolutely.
And then the other one is done by a Choctaw like artist.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I love both of them.
Like both of them.
Both of them were fantastic.
It's cool to have them both in there, and they're both bangers.
But,
this is our only moment with Biscuits.
Yeah.
Swaying back.
Oh yeah, he was in this episode.
I was like, oh, I want more Biscuits.
I want
That was
Biscuits swaying. Yeah.
A
Especially
big
if they're gonna
nitpick
kill him.
of this. No, they're not.
They're gonna kill him.
Kill Bonnie.
Yeah, I agree, Keith. Straight up, they're gonna kill him. And so we get all this, but let's just break this down real quick. Obviously, Henry is here for I really dug this. Now, are we setting up for a swerve here? Because he's like, if this is still active, I'm here for you. I didn't feel maybe a swerve because I felt very, I don't know, like, hey, I'm with you, ride or die. Let's make this happen.
Oh yeah.
And I also, obviously, the grandfather, fucking wonderful and wonderful design. Maya smile, I did take that away too. I thought it was absolutely just heartwarming to see. She really, really loves her grandfather. You can tell she has a very, obviously, that's the most emotion we've seen from her, and that's not a dig. It's the character. I like it. I thought it was really, really good. Yeah, and it was just overall, and Bonnie wanted to go to police, exactly what Keith said earlier. She's a firefighter. The first thing she wants to do, alert the authorities. That's where we need to go to, the proper channels. No, it's only going to make things worse. All these things made sense. Little nitpicky on the, I won't let anything happen to you. I'm like, God, Maya, be an ass kicker. Don't be like, but at the same time, I loved when she was emotional around her grandfather. So I'm a fucking hypocrite. So either way, really, really dug all these scenes. Really, really well done.
As a man, I personally think she should smile more.
I knew one of you were gonna say it in an attempt to be more like Clinton. I should have put my money on you. My God, I think that her smiling there shows her fondness of her step grandpa, and I think that it's just it's like pure and
Hoven.
like she's. It's Hoven. It is Hoven.
Yeah, I knew you. I was thinking you were going to say it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
And it's just so. Hey, that's because it is so striking that is the first time that we've seen her like kind of make a joke and like crack a smile, and like it is like she's got these walls up, and he has been the person who is able to crack through, and he is the person that she feels comfortable allowing to crack through.
That's
like she doesn't completely feel that with Bonnie. She doesn't feel that with other people.
Yeah.
His persistence in you know, she needs things and uses people in this town. So far, she's come to him, you know, for this one big request, but the relation, the familiar relations and the history that they have is starting to shine through and melt this cold exterior that she has, because she's just seen Scully more than Bonnie, seen him more than Chula, and it's just a damn rotten shame that she wasted that smile on him instead of her grandma.
Well, but
she's only going to smile once this season, I think.
No, I think Marvel's going to be smart here. They're going to want her to smile more, because I think that's what
they're going to tell
the execs. Both of you. The next time I see both of you, foot to dick.
I mean, what? I mean, just
good luck.
I think every listener's like, man, Maya should smile more, and I agree with you, listeners, 100%.
I feel like though it does show too that she thinks that he is far enough away from her that he's safer. Like because he's a step grandpa, he's not family. And so I think that it feels like she can open up a little bit more to him.
I think you're right, but I also hate to say, but that's kind of foolish to think because Kingpin will he'll sniff out anyone close to you. I mean,
the whole city.
Right, exactly.
Down.
Like
She's got to punch him in the eye now.
Yeah, yeah. So speaking of guys, really the final scene. Obviously, she's back. Is she back at her grandmother's house? Is that where like the swing set and the tent and all this stuff?
That's
So,
and I think that's where she's camping out because her grandma moved from that house, and that's what
that makes
Scully
sense.
was saying. Like
that makes sense. Okay,
after you left, she moved. She left this place exactly like it was, and she kept it, but she didn't want to be here without you in it.
Thank you, because
I think it was only confusing because there was a scene there 5 seconds ago, and then she was suddenly on a motorcycle ride, and that's where I feel like it also got a little cutting room floor. Confusion.
Now I feel
It's
like
now she's on an afternoon bike ride, and then she's back to the same place we were just at. It's like,
I
did
love
she go to the store.
Okay, now that I appreciate that, Keith. I was like, man, Amy helped me. I'm not as confused anymore. And then Keith's like, no, this is why you were confused. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm still confused about it. But no, but it's
no. You were also. We were both.
You were both helping me. So sorry.
I know, and Keith helped you more. Okay.
He smiled more, Emmy. That's something maybe you should figure out. No, but then Kingpin shows up, and let me just read my notes. They were very short and sweet to the point, but it was a motorcycle ride, church service of sorts, worship service, beautiful music, Kingpin. That was all I put. Because Kingpin just kind of emerges from the shadows at this location, and it's frightening. It's deafening. The silence, which I love for this series, the silence is deafening. There's no interpreter there. There's no interpreter.
No.
There is no one there. And Kingpin with the freaking eye patch from when he got shot in the face. Oh. And Maya, I think you alluded to this. Maybe I think it was Emmy. Like the terrified, just the, oh my God. Like it just kind of engulfed. And this is what I loved about Gamora with Thanos in Infinity War. I could feel her emotion when she's dealing with someone that she's dealt with from a traumatic past. Same with this moment. It was a lot more subtle, but I still felt the gravity and the heaviness of this moment. Thought you were dead, one. And two, the pull you still have on me, both emotionally and, physically, because she was a child when Kingpin took her. So I'm sure she feels, and God, Kingpin also is just a massive hell of a man. Like, I mean, he's a scary ass fucker, dude.
And again, Brandon is rock hard.
I am rock hard. Sorry, Grandma. But like, it was so fucking. It was terrifying. It was wonderful. And damn, I will be honest. I wanted to watch the next episode after every watch, and I am watching this on a week by week basis. Emmy has said same thing. Keith has said, but like this one, 100%. I'm like, God, I want to start episode 4 right now because what a fucking cliffhanger! Fantastic scene with very little. They did a whole hell of a lot. Loved it. Sorry, this was a great ending to this episode.
It was a treat to see Kingpin in the Hawkeye series and have it played by the same guy, have it be like, oh, now we're bringing back Daredevil, what might happen type of thing. But it didn't, his performance in Hawkeye didn't embody what he does in the Daredevil series, which just Vincent D'Onofrio just scares the shit out of people so well. Like he's just so.
Do you think they're bringing it back?
Terrifying. I think they're just doing a great job of letting him, like, just him not saying anything and it hanging on his little, like, it didn't just cut to, oh, there he is now, hit smash to black. It was, there he is, tension building, tense music, and then he walks a few steps but kind of skirts, like, keeps the distance as if there's like a force field between them that he can't get any closer, but he just kind of walks sideways and just kind of like he's trying to figure her out, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't know what the hell his move is. He just called off his dogs. Does he want the killing blow, or is he doing something else? Like, no clue.
I think it's also symbolic too that he's walking towards her and his hands are they're like twitching.
Yeah. Kind
of, again, a callback to the boxer in the first episode that Maya took down because she could like see his tells.
Yeah,
but his hands did not stop moving, and it was like
that is not a reach. I think that's fantastic.
Good catch.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, that's strong.
I only caught it on my second one.
Yeah, that's really cool.
but yeah, he's like, it's almost like he's itching to do something with his hands, but like, oh, we don't know. And the fact that there's not an interpreter, he doesn't know sign language. What are you gonna do with his
I almost
hands,
feel,
bro?
yeah, exactly. I mean, I almost feel like he's so angry he can't like control it. Almost like it's this nervous twitch. Oh, great catch. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Thank
mean,
you.
you would love him in the Daredevil series. Holy
I know.
shit.
I need to watch it. I need to watch the Bear. I need another 13 days off of school.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Anyway, I'm
Don't
sorry.
watch it then. Watch it with us.
Yes, exactly. Watch it along with us. Hi, Avengers listeners. Preview of things to come, maybe. I don't know. So, all right. So,
Okay.
He's coming around. He's coming around, Demi.
I'll
He's
hold
coming
off
around.
on it then.
also, that meat is defrosting. That's what they used to call me in high school.
I'm rock hard again.
Well, yeah, I'm rock. I'm trying not to get. I'm trying to get a little softer.
I'm trying to defrost.
I'm trying to soften up. Man, there's been so much.
Bricked up like Thursday's ham. I don't know what the fuck I just said.
You only eat ham on Thursdays? Ham is on Tuesdays.
Well, Thursday's a spiritual day for me, so it's ham day.
Because Thor, hammer, we got there.
Holy shit, Emmy! That was.
Good night, everybody.
All right, we're down. Bye. Darn it.
I still have three notes.
Three notes, Emmy. Let's do it.
3 notes. Okay. So first of all, I wanted to go back real quick and say the relationship between step grandpa and Maya, the fact that he, 1, hasn't seen her for very long, 2, was not a part of the family and learned sign language, and 3, continued to learn and hold on to sign language, practices sign language. I think that tells a lot that he cares for her, even though he's not a part of the family anymore. He doesn't have any real ties to her. Like he's showing Maya, I care about you. I want to continue to communicate with you. And I think that that's a point that needs to be made about that man.
Maybe he's got no kids. Maybe it's like a daughter of his own type of thing. You know?
I truly think so. I love him. Him and Biscuits. I love them so much. They're my
and they're both gonna die. That sucks.
Die will riot.
The guy's name is already Scully. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I will riot. Kevin Feige, I will be at your house and I will say, no, sir. No. Bad.
Kevin's probably like, hold my beer. He's probably got. Yeah.
How dare you? Okay. I also find it not interesting. I think it's really cool, honestly, that they keep the accuracy of, so when people who are hearing people and they know sign language, they say the words out loud while they're signing them.
Yeah.
And people who are not hearing people when they sign will mouth the words sometimes, but sometimes, like, usually no sound comes out. And I like that they kept that accuracy in the show, because I feel like that's just a good, like, it's a nice touch.
It is.
To the community.
It felt very, everything feels very real.
Yeah. Well done, Amy.
Like they did their research.
Yeah, they did a sign language and they like learned how that worked. Yeah, that's pretty good note there. Wonderful. Anything else?
Did we talk about the leg? How cool the fuck is it?
Yeah.
Sorry. When you're pissed going on to the next note, but then you kind of like get super excited about what you're going to talk about.
I'm really excited to talk about.
You just kind of turn around. It's funny watching the full part. Like, fuck you, I'm going to go on to the next one. But that leg though. That leg was fucking rad. I fucking loved it. I fucking loved it.
It gave me like almost like slight Black Panther vibes, but also like just like, it was really cool. And the fact that it had that sun, which has been a symbol in the show a lot. She's got it on her jacket. She's got it on her leg now. I can't think of anywhere else that it was now, that I'm trying to think of places, but I know it was somewhere else.
So there's a video floating around way back with Robert Downey Jr. and there was a kid, that he met that was an amputee with his arm. And Robert Downey Jr. Worked with this company that like provides affordable prosthetics for kids. If you don't know what I'm talking about, YouTube it. I'm sure you can find it. And this kid got an arm that mimic the Iron Man arm. And it's such a heartwarming video because he's in full Tony Stark like mode talking to this little kid. And like they ask the little kid, they say, who is that, when he's presenting this new arm to him. And he goes, Iron Man. And it's just fucking precious. And I just see this moment where, you know, her grandfather gave her this leg and the symbol it represents, and just I just hope like more of these. It's really cool. It's a really fucking cool moment. It's such a cool, like, it's like tattoos. It becomes a work of art that's a part of you, and I fucking love that. And I just I want to see more of these, you know, like this personality through these things as well. Like it's just really, really, really awesome. And I think just what a touching moment that obviously her grandfather just didn't put one together and say, here you go. I mean, he did for a moment, obviously, just to get her through before he could work on this one. But the craftsmanship he shown and the thoughtfulness he brought to it, and just also what it means, you know, it's mobility, it's ability. It is, and it's, you know, and it's something that also is art, and just, it all encapsulates a lot for this actress, for this character, and for this community. And I don't speak for them, I obviously, but I just thought what a wonderful, wonderful scene. So yeah, to your point, Emmy, I thought kind of just breathtaking, honestly, looking at it. And I was a really big fan of the design. And a little bit, this is such a slight nitpick, when she was like, what is this? I was like, oh man, the craftsmanship he put into it. I was like, I wish he was a little bit more accepting of it, but she was also almost feeling like busting his chops a little bit, which felt a little bit more endearing there. So I was able to forgive it pretty quickly. I just love this. I love this, like, just what a moment.
That was one of your nitpicks, though, is that she's not this like hard ass, like the fact that she's showed.
I told you I was a hypocrite. I said that. Yeah. I said that. I said I don't want her emotional with Bonnie, yet I want her emotional with her grandfather. I'm a fucking hypocrite. I said that earlier in the episode. Keith, you can cut it in here. I did fucking say it. So I know I'm a hypocrite. I think I just want this character to just be brutal when it matters. And like, obviously, you know, when it's like, oh, I'm not gonna let anything happen to you, like, I'm just like, hey, shit, it's the fan, you're going, not me, you know, just kind of a ruthlessness about her. I kind of want her to be like a little bit on that side, but not like mushy, I need to save you, I don't want that. So
yeah, this show ain't called Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie's gonna go Gonnie, if I'm right. She's gonna, you know, yeah.
And you ain't gonna get a leg like this at Anthropology.
No,
you held on to that. You held on to that. You did.
I did. There was
you
no
were
time.
ready.
I couldn't get in.
You were ready. I could tell you were like, okay, now's my time. Let me go now, man. Yeah. Well done with the patience. No, patience. It was really good. It was good. It was strong, Keith. It was strong.
Thank you.
Yeah, hey, I'll edit this out, but I just want to give you praise. That was really good. I'm just, no one has to hear this, just you and me. But hey, good job, really. We won't tell Amy that she's fucking up the show. We won't tell her that. We'll edit this out too. But yeah.
Okay, because I'm sorry, I just had a thought. It
first time for everything.
I know.
Take that.
Reminds me a lot of Bucky's arm.
I could see that.
Is that a weird comparison to make? Because those are the two prosthetic arms that we have in.
I don't think it's a weird comparison. I don't. We also and that guy's eye. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah. Well, I think we have a leg in that movie too.
We did, and man.
And that was one.
Quill uses the leg.
You need my what?
Yes, and yeah, obviously Guardians 3. We won't go into that, but God, fucking heartbreaking with some of the. Oh my God, I can't watch Guardians 3, guys. I fucking just bawl at the beginning. I cannot put on that movie anymore. I just can't.
Just think of Quill's bloated face that doesn't make any sense. Just think about that part. His face wouldn't go back to normal.
You're still hanging on to that, Keith. Let it go. Let it go. My gosh.
You know what? If that hadn't happened, my wife would have enjoyed the movie. That's what makes me so mad. She was like, "That's not realistic." I was like, "There's a talking fucking raccoon. What are you
in
talking
space
about?
That's fucking kicking ass in a hallway, and you're like on board, but his face swells and doesn't swell. Like, it's like, fuck that.
That dog just held that bridge together.
Yeah, exactly. With its mind. Believe it.
Good dog.
All right. Well, guys, Hey, we've been on hour and 45 minutes, and if you got the pre-show, you got 2 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah, so
Beefy
hope you
episode.
enjoyed the content this week. We really appreciate it. We're going to get to our credits names, but before we do, if you like the podcast, we made you laugh, we went on a tangent that made you smile, or you just enjoyed our review of the show, we really appreciate a 5-star rating on your podcast platform of choice. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, those are our biggest platforms that do support reviews. And also you can leave a comment on our Spotify shows. Like I said, we had 2 comments on our last episode that really meant a lot to us. If you want to say, hey, like the show, or hey, I got a point to add on to someone's point, we'd love to hear from you, feature you on the show and the podcast there. YouTube.com/The Abingers. We always read our comments. We always read from you. We really appreciate you tuning in over there. And if you want to support the show, continue this show to make it thrive, patreon.com/Abingers podcast. You can support us for $1 and you get access to our Discord, exclusive movie reviews, and pre-show content you can't find anywhere else. Keith, what you got, man?
I was just going to say, with all the things that you just asked of our listeners, unlike Chula, we don't mind getting our leg humped.
I do.
No?
I passed the leg hump
What?
phase. Put a ring on it if you want me. Sorry. Emmy's
You can
all about...
metaphorically hump our
Guys,
leg as well.
okay. 1, Keith's married. 2,
5-star
Brandon's
rating.
married. 3, Emmy is a horn dog. We don't need to go into... so we need to just drop it now. We're good. We're good. Don't speak for all of us, Keith. There's a diverse...
Just because
Hey, I
there's
have
a
a ring.
goalie doesn't mean you can't take a shot.
I have a ring on that finger too, but it's because I like the ring and fuck the patriarchy.
I like the patriarchy.
Yeah.
So,
Hump our legs.
yeah, hump our legs. That's what I'm going to name this title. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. We are going to be back next week with Echo episode 4 review. So tune in and continue listening to our series review of the show. Thank you for being so patient with us. We call ourselves the Abingers, but we are slow binging. We like to take things slow. We like to make it last. Okay.
Most things.
Most things. All right. Anyway, we're going to get to our credits names. Emmy, how many credits names? We had 2 last week, right? We got 2 this week. We're just doubling down. All right. How many?
They have to go together.
Okay.
These have to go together.
All right. If their names are not PB and Jelly.
That's 3.
It's true.
Oh, that's 2. PB's not a name.
Okay.
I
Jelly's
imagine
also
that
not a name.
There was one guy named P, one guy named B.
That's what I was imagining too, but I think
Yeah.
Emmy, what's the names? What the fuck's
Okay.
the
All right. So Biscuits is played by, I think this is probably the coolest sounding name of all time, Cody Lightning.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a badass name.
Cody Lightning.
It is awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the arena, Cody Lightning. I mean, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Well,
that's a badass name. That is a very badass name.
Okay. And Billy Jack, his name is actually the sound when you get hit by lightning, which is buzz.
Shut up.
It's Buzz.
Shut
Cody
up.
Lightning and Buzz. Yep.
That's actually not too far-fetched. I'm going to give you that. That is actually really fucking cool. I wonder
Thank you.
Is that his dog? Make it be his dog.
If it is not his dog, he needs to adopt it.
I
He
agree.
needs to take it home from set.
Agreed. Steal it. Just take it, Cody. Your name's Cody Lightning. No one's going to question you.
Some people
Yeah.
steal props.
Just imagine though, like you're going to a restaurant and they're like, "Okay, can I have a name for the table?" Lightning. Cody Lightning. Like you'd be
Cody
like,
Lightning.
"Oh shit." I would say you chose a
Panties
shitty
dropped, whole restaurant.
Man, okay, Emmy, just because your panties drop doesn't mean the whole restaurant's just collectively just drops them too. No one just
Men
sees.
and women.
No one sees. Emmy
that's
dropped.
a health code violation.
No one's looking at Emmy and saying,
And
"Well,
but-
she dropped the trowel. Time for me to do the same." No one's doing that. It's
I
just-
didn't do it. It happened automatically when he said Cody Lightning.
and then you're
No,
arrested.
it's his fault.
and then
it's his fault.
And then indecent exposure, and then all kinds of charges. It's not worth it. Pull the panties back up. You're in a public place. You're at an Applebee's. Pull your fucking panties up.
Welcome to Chile.
Hi, welcome to Chili's. His name's Cody Lightning, so my panties fell off. All right. Well, we're out of here. I hope your panties are still on if you're listening. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're out of here. Emmy, Keith, any final words before we call it an Echo episode?
I'm gonna go watch Magic Mike XXL right now. I can't get it out of my head.
Right. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, that sounds great.
I'm gonna go to bed.
I was gonna say I don't judge if your panties are on or off. On or off right now. No judgment.
Bye, guys. That was the wrong button. Shit.
Do I need to show my vision boards right now?
Yes.
Starting the post.
Wait, the big penis on there?